Nothing less than our national security is at stake for what we do in terms of not only protecting the environment, but protecting our use of the environment. Nothing less than our national security is at stake. If we do not address the increasing pollution of our environment and the abuses that are taking place as we sit here today, our national security is at risk. Not only that, but the security of our lives is at risk. And it doesn't matter which side of the debate about whether we're going to have rising oceans you're on in terms of the causes. If we don't eliminate the pollution that is occurring, our lives are going to be adversely impacted to a greater extent than any of us imagine. And the reason I'm sounding the alarm about that, and I am alarmed about that, is because having worked in healthcare from the perspective that I've worked in healthcare for the past 10 years, I'm convinced, and I don't think anybody can reasonably debate, that pollution and the toxins in our environment are severely impacting the health of this nation. When you impact the health of this nation, you drive up healthcare costs. And when you drive up healthcare costs at 12% a year, which is the rate at which they are increasing, and the increased demand on the healthcare system is a great portion of that. I've mentioned other contributors, which are abuses and the problems with the way we finance healthcare. But a largely contributing factor is an increasing demand on the healthcare system that is driven by environmental consequences. And if we do not successfully address that, we're not going to succeed in arresting the healthcare cost increases. It's that simple. Congress has been sitting on environmental legislation for too long. Congress and our congressional representatives must be about courage to address these problems, and they must be brave enough to put their political careers and their political ambitions in play in terms of being at risk for taking the bold steps that need to be taken to correct this growing problem, and it is a daily growing problem. Nobody can argue with the fact that people die every year from smog and pollution. Just that alone has got to persuade you that controlling pollution of our environment has got to be one of our highest priorities. And because environmental pollution is a major contributing factor to increasing healthcare costs, again, we come back to the problem that it is a national security issue, because as long as we are unable to control the cost of something like healthcare, which is so essential to our lives and so essential to the quality of life, our national security is under attack. Congress has got to step up to the plate and pass the environmental legislation that was proposed by Kerry and Boxer in the Senate, and send that over to the House for the final legislation to go to the President's desk. And absolutely, in this session of Congress, they have delayed too long.